Yeah, everyone, warmly welcome to the Astro Week hosted by Eco Astronomy INC under the Astrobiology and Paleontology certifications program. Today marks the day 13 of this exciting series for the South Asian region. Today we are moving to the second part of the lecture, which is focusing on paleontology. On behalf of it, first topic gonna be tracing evolutions and ecology, fossils and commercial applications. As we ventured into this critical topic, we are honored to introduce Academic Counselor of the Eco Astronomy INC International Network, scientific lecturer, and ambassador at the Beijing Forestry University, International College in Beijing, China, a distinguished guest speaker from our special team, Engineer Majda Aouititen. Welcome to the academic platforms that you have been just developed. Let me highlight very brief intro about the today's our guest speaker. Engineer Majda Aouititen stands as a distinguished academic counselor for the Eco Astronomy International Network, where she empowers a critical thinking and innovation education approach through the advanced online programs. Since 2018, she has hosted over 150 scientific podcast events, bridging the global knowledge gaps and fostering intellectual exchange among the researchers, students, and the enthusiasts in the worldwide. Also, she actively contributes three pivotal commissions of the IUCN. Engineer Aouititen has a moderate, very high-level international scientific debate and deliver inspiring lecture across the universities, institutions in Morocco, China, Turkey, Pakistan, East Asia, Europe, Canada, including Sri Lanka. Her ability to connect with students of all ages had made her sought after speaking both academic and a public forum. With an unwavering commitment to the knowledge, she earned her second master degree in nature conservation and animal behavior in 2021 and is now pursuing her second Ph.D. Research in marine science conservation, further solidifying her expertise in biodiversity management. Beyond the academia, she served as international student advisor, ambassador, and the scientific lecturer at the Beijing Forestry University, guiding the next generations of global leaders. Her 11 years of research and professional experience have made up her exceptional leadership and team management and innovative problem solving skill, enabling her to drive impact project at both national and international level. Engineer Majda work transcends borders. She is not only a scientist, educator, but also a catalyst for the community development and scientific diplomacy. Her relentless dedications to the research, sustainability, and the youth empowerment continues to the inspire change, make her true pioneer in her field. Today gonna be very exciting. Let's embark on this fascinating journey with all of us. And with that being said, I would like to invite the best ever scientist ever we had, Engineer Majda Aouititen, to address Eco Astronomy INC International Platform. Joda, now it's your time. You can get started.
Well, first thing first, thank you very much for this outstanding introduction of myself. I'm humbled. Thank you very much for mentioning all the steps of my life that I was part of, which I believe have given me much more benefit to learn and to share what I have learned. And today, as you have mentioned, we are going to enjoy a very interesting, I might say, very interesting type of lecture in which you guys gonna be introduced to something maybe you know, maybe you will discover, as well as by the end of the lecture of today, you are going to be asked to prepare also a PPT presentation and to create your own type of fossils business. And we are going to dive deep in these details later on. Now, let me first share my PPT so we can get started, shall we? Today we're going to talk about a very interesting type of topic, which is actually we are going to dive paleontology fossils in the commercial world and how we can paleontology and fossils in business type of thing. Well, because yes, knowledge or paleontology and fossils are those type of research or those type of finding and like proof of historical background of our beautiful earth could be used for research and for scientific topics and scientific purposes, but also we can use them in commercial world, in business. But we are going to highlight every single part of it slowly but surely. All right, so today let me first highlight what we are going to talk about today. First thing, we are going to know or to give an explanation about what is paleontology. I guess you guys here, you have learned many important details about paleontology. You have the best paleontologist ever, our CEO, Mr. Arvinda here. I'm sure that he have explained details about this, but we are going to take a look at this. What is paleontology? After that, we are going to answer another question, which is, could we use paleontology and fossils in the commercial world? Maybe. We are going to see. Now, after answering that part, we are going to discover a very interesting example of this fossils factory that we found in my country, Morocco, and how we use it and why we use it. What is the background of this fossils factory in my country? I'm gonna share with you that. Also, we are going to talk about the museum displays of fossils all around the globe and why these museums displays are interesting, or could we use this idea of museum fossils displays for you guys to create your own project of business that you're gonna present next week? Well, you're gonna see that. Now also we're gonna talk about the fossils as jewelry, okay, and we're gonna dive deep on these topics. Now by the end also I'm gonna share with you some projects so you can have an idea about it. Now let's answer our first question, shall we? What is paleontology? Actually, to make it simple, because I'm not going to complicate this, I just want to make it very simple for you to understand. Paleontology is actually a study of ancient life when it comes to dinosaur type of fossils, when it comes to prehistoric plants, mammals, fish, insects, fungi, even microbes. Those type of evidence will give us an idea about how life has formed in our planet, and this is why we use these fossils as evidences to reveal how organisms have changed through time, over time in our beautiful planet. And this type of science, which is paleontology, will help us see from where we have started, meaning because we all belong to this beautiful planet Earth, to give us an idea about the history of our planet. Because if we know the history of our planet, then surely we can manage and conserve this beautiful planet in the best way possible. This is why paleontology is very, very important. Now my question is, and I want you all to think about it for a second, could we use paleontology and fossils in the commercial world? If you believe that the answer is yes, please raise your hand. Raise the hand symbol. Well, absolutely. The answer is absolutely, you guys. We can use paleontology and fossils in the commercial world. Now, did you know that the commercialization of paleontology also provide specimens for plenty of very valuable type of activities, such as, like, the preparation in laboratory, the displays in museums, also to give these type of specimens to other laboratories to display it. Now, the commercialization pursuit of fossils from often requires a deep understanding of what you are doing, of what you are managing. not anybody can become a businessman when it comes to this type of commerce, paleontological commerce. No, you have to have fundamentals about paleontology, about fossils, because if you didn't know what you are selling or how to sell what you have, then you can't do this business. This is why it is very important that the requested skills must be adapted to this specific type of activity. Now, another thing that I should like to highlight is the fact that this type of paleontology, this type of fossils, they use them in a commercialization topics for collection. Some people, they like to collect this type of fossils. Also, you can help or like provide these collections for some specific type of people interested by them. Now, commercialization of fossils business has not only give a chance to develop businesses all around the globe, but also it have lead to the improvement of the paleontological research discoveries. Because once you have the money, you guys, then you can use that money you gain to buy more type of sophisticated materials, to excavate more, to find more, or even to know exactly where to excavate to discover these fossils. And this has actually give results that the industry have become a leading type of industry in museum fossils preparations and restoration. Also have gained many benefits from it. Now we're gonna start now share some examples of this commercialization of fossils. Now look at this beautiful masterpiece. It actually have been discovered in 1861, as have mentioned here. Actually, this is the first link between birth and dinosaurs, the Archaeopteryx, and was found and sold to the British Museum for a sum of 700 pounds. Can you imagine? And I am sure that our CEO, Mr. Arvinda, have mentioned that maybe you have heard him. He have saw the replica of this beautiful first link between birds and dinosaurs in Singapore Museum, right? Right, our CEO?
Yes, that's correct.
So
yes.
Yeah. And it was in display. And did you pay to enter that museum?
Yes, of course, I have paid.
Absolutely. So you guys, that was a replica. And even that replica, what is a replica? First thing first, to highlight it and to mention it, a replica is not the actual fossil that have been discovered, but it's actually a printed version of that true fossil that have been discovered and excavated. Now, you did have to get a permission to get even that replica, which was the case for the Singapore Museum. And also, I have here another fascinating example. And this is actually a very old type of commercialization approach by the Bernard Hoff, which was actually back then a miner and preparator, which have put in display this beautiful Poseidonian shell. Actually was a bunch of this display. Actually he used to not only display it for his own purposes, but also he helped other institutions to get some of his collection. So he did have his own display, and also he did sold or give some specimens from his collection to other universities to display it, or even to museums to conduct some research. Now another, and this is early as 1819. It is not like commercialization of fossils. It's not like a new thing. It was so old in history that research and scientists, they have started these practices to actually first to get funds to continue the research, because if you didn't have the money, how are you gonna do the excavation? You need to find like a solution to get the money to fund your research. So the universities or the laboratories didn't have that amount of money to give to this type of excavation without getting benefit. So this is a brilliant idea. How paleontologists and also preparators in laboratories have used to use some money for research purposes, as well as how to regain the money we use to do our research purposes, which I found very smart actually. Another example here, this is from my country. As you can see here, the logo, and this is the website. You can see the website here. I added them as references, so you guys, if you want to check online. So this fossil factory in Morocco, it's a huge factory where you can find a lot of display. Well, I need to mention that in Morocco, my beautiful country, even if you walk into the beach of Agadir, you will find fossils. So fossils, we have them. We have also tourists. They came from Europe only to do these type of walking around the south of Morocco and to dig and to like excavate and to find some fossils that they took, unfortunately, with them as souvenirs. So we didn't have any restriction because we have many fossils. I'm gonna show you these fossils. So here we have a bunch of marine fossils. Of course, you can see here some specimens of shark. Well, as the history or prehistory have highlighted of the Moroccan history, Morocco was covered by water. This is why we can find many fossils from these marine species, as you can see here. Here, much more marine species. Now, this area where we can find these animals, it's actually much more as a desert than an ocean area. It's much more hotter. There is no water there. This is why you can find this type of fossils easily, just by looking at a rock, and you can find them. Now, here are another type of species that you can find in display. Now, because these are actually meteorites that have been found, and they are actually sealed in this factory. Many other meteorites. And what we have said in Morocco, because I mentioned that we have many type of fossils with huge numbers, we have started being creative. As you can see, we have here, they started creating decorative type of furniture based from these marine fossils. They added them to the tables, as you can see here. Beautiful. And also we have here some other type of statue with many marine fossils inside of it. This is actually how they found it. They excavated. They didn't prepare it yet. It's still under preparation. And this is other type of examples how they do prepare these fossils and create decorative type of aspect of it and sell it for decoration purposes. So this is, they show the fossils in their displays. So any tourist they came, they have to pay to see, and then if you're gonna buy what you see, then you have to pay, so you're gaining 2 times. This is a brilliant idea on how to commerce your fossils. Now here another type, this is from my country also, in display in this fossils factory. This is a T-Rex skeleton here, and we have actually, as I have read many times, they mentioned that Morocco, which is my country, is the land of dangerous type of dinosaurs, which I am not I'm not like wondering why, because it is, geologically speaking and geographically speaking, Morocco was in the middle of our earth, so there was plenty of it was actually a crossing area where many species of animals can meet. And if you have a crossing area, definitely the best of the best species, they will stay there, because it will be a war, a type of land of war, and only the strongest can stay and can reproduce. Now here another example, and this is from National Geography, you guys. Here I'm gonna show you a bunch of National Geographic displays, and also you can see that I have put some resources. So take a look at these resources, okay? So this is the famous stand T-Rex, which actually was excavated in South Dakota. But let me tell you that it was actually some bones of this beautiful T-Rex was actually displayed in many countries all around the globe. You may tell me, but how? This is what is commercialization. Yes, you found this specimen, but if you want to gain money, not all the people gonna travel from Asia to go to US to see this animal, right? So what is the solution? We're gonna bring some bones of this specimen, the real one, to display it in museums, for example, in Asia. We're talking about Tokyo here. Tokyo have received a gorgeous deal to present or to display some of these stand T-Rex bones in their museum. So people in Tokyo did have the chance to see it. And other places like in New Mexico also, they got the chance to have these, to sell this deal. And here, now the museum who own these T-Rex will sign some deals with other museums all around the globe to display these bones for a period of time, and then they return back to the owner, which is very smart. Now here we have another like skeleton, another specimen in display in Europe. We are talking about the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Also, you guys take a look. I added here the source, which is National Geographic. I added here the photo source, the credit. You're gonna understand why I mentioned this by the end. Now also, once you have the actual fossil, you can display it. But if you didn't have the actual fossil, what you should do, or what you can do as solution, well, you can sign another type of deal, which is creating a replica of that specimen to display it in your museum or in your laboratory. Here another specimen, which was in display in China. Now here another, actually this is a very famous specimen, which represent the early dinosaurs that have to walk in the US, as the history have recorded till now, and it was in display. Now those eggs are very, very precious, and we can find those eggs in Spain, in Argentina, going to US but those eggs are from China. Now here a replica. Here how they make a replica. So when you have your research conducted, you excavate the specimen, you will have some bones of this specimen. The scientific or the paleontologist and other type of researchers will join efforts to start making the whole body, because definitely all the paleontologists will not find these specimens like bones piece by piece. It's impossible. Sometimes they may find just some bones from the leg, some bones from the head, some bones from the tail of the dinosaur. And based on the calculations and measurements, then the scientists and paleontologists will give us a whole shape of the dinosaur, and even they can tell us how the dinosaur was like actually walking. We did have an interesting project with our Dr. Jason and our CEO, Mr. Arvinda. We did create what we call the fossils of Sri Lanka, and we did have only few bones. And based on the great work of our CEO, Mr. Arvinda, and Dr. Jason and his team, you guys, we did have recreated a whole like skeleton of animals, of every single specimen that was once living in Sri Lanka. And this is based in very detailed calculations that have been conducted by our CEO, Mr. Arvinda, and our great Dr. Jason. Now, we are going now to enter in another topic. Now, we did learn that yes, indeed, paleontology and fossils can be used in the commercial world, no problem at all. We did so. Many examples from all around the globe, examples from the past and examples from the present, right? Now we are going to talk about another type of thing. Fossils as jewelry. Fossils as jewelry? What you are talking about? Well, my question is, do you think that prehistorical people used jewelry, they did think about wearing jewelry? Did you think that prehistoric people did have that feeling that, oh, I need some jewelry to wear today. I need some necklace to wear today. What do you think? Yes or no? Those who believe yes, please raise your hand. I see many hands. Well, a new question. Those who believe that prehistoric people, they did want to wear jewelry, or they did give much more interest to wearing jewelry, please raise your hand. Well, I see many. Very good. Yes, indeed. Actually, when you think about it, take a moment. Now we are wearing jewelries because we have money, you know. And jewelry, they are not expensive. We can buy like jewelries, and we have work, we have jobs. We didn't have dinosaurs walking around us like hunting us. We didn't have any, like we have homes where to live, where we are protected. Like prehistoric people, you guys, their life was like jungle type of life. You have an anaconda running to eat you all together. Now, yes, the answer is that researchers have found through excavations and through fossils that indeed prehistorical people, they used to wear jewelry. But what for, right? What for? If I will have a dinosaur or a jungle lion running for me to eat me, I'm not gonna wear any jewelry at all. But here is the answer. Prehistorical people, they used to wear jewelry for many very interesting reasons. For religious ranking, you know, to show that I am a religious spirit here in this village. I should wear some specific type of jewelry, so people, they will not like mistaken me as a random person. Now, another like reason why prehistoric people, they used to wear jewelry for like personal adornment. I just like wearing a necklace, or wearing a ring. They use it now to protect themselves from evil type of energy, all right, and some other reasons, which is protecting themselves against sicknesses. They thought that a specific type of jewelry, if they wear it, it will protect them. It will work as medication for them, for their soul. Well, or for social ranking. Like, you know, the boss of the village will wear that huge type of crown made from many type of feather and I don't know, like teeth of lions. They use this type of fossils to create this type of jewelry to show their social type of ranking as well. Now, the question of the year. Now, you know the Neanderthal, right? Neanderthals, they're not human. Oh, no. They look like us, but they are not us, okay? We are Homo sapiens, but they are Neanderthals, okay? Well, to be honest and to be fair, in our DNA, we have some Neanderthals DNA, but these specimens have actually disappeared from Earth for so long time ago. I adore them, and we must have a specific, like, to give them a specific lecture for this very interesting type of species. Now, the question is, do you think that the Neanderthals created jewelry? Here, the first oldest jewelry made from eagle claws, actually. And this was actually worn by the human relatives, which are the Neanderthals. So here a proof that yes, the Neanderthals have created the jewelries, have made it. They have launched the idea, I believe so. So we must give them the credit. And we are talking about 130,000 years ago. And they select the most majestical animal, which is the eagle. This necklace here must show power or rank of this person, of this Neanderthal in the society, or may say it in the village, because back then the society was the village. Now, also to show how much this individual, he's strongest among his like people. Now here is another jewelries discovered all around the globe. I'm gonna give you many examples. I just want to. Okay, so this necklace here that you can see, it's actually discovered in Moscow, which actually was dated back to 29,000 till 31,000 years ago. And another type of example of these jewelries, we have here the ostrich egg, which actually was found in Kenya. But also the same type of jewelry was found where? In Kenya? Well, the first one was found in Kenya, but the other one was found in South Africa. So if you know the map of Africa, South Africa is very in the south of the African continent, and Kenya is up there. So you guys, they did share some similarities in the jewelries that they were wearing. Maybe this type of jewelry showed a ranking of their society, or maybe it showed a ranking of a prestigious type of religious ranking as well. Now also, let me show you another example. This example here from Ukraine. It was dated back to the late 400, early 4000, early 3000 BC. You can see the details on it. Much more effort have been put to create this majestical work. Now, indeed, for me, till now, based on what the details we have shared, Neanderthals have created jewelries. And this is a plus and the credit that we must give them. Now, here, the actual jewelries that today we can wear and we can find in the market. And I want you to think about it for creating, while you are creating your own PPT project of the fossils that we can use to create our business. Now, here, some jewelries. This is a necklace. Like based, they take the like the marine species to make a necklace. Here we have other marine species where you can like create a bracelet or even create some earrings and different type of jewelries based on the marine species that you can find. Additional example here. Now here we have some rings and bracelet, necklace. Now also you can present these fossils once you found them. You can display them in your own museum. You can imagine what type of museum you can have. You can imagine your laboratory, scientific laboratory. Imagine the ideas that you can create, like you can develop based on the fossils you have. Now here you can see this is a trilobite. I hope you can see it. This is another example of the ammonite. Those are my own fossils that I have by here. So I'm sharing with you my fossils, some of them. Here we have a coral specimen. Another coral with different shape, a horn coral. Now here we have the gastropods. You know, you can see these black spots, gastropods. Now here the ember. I hope you guys, you have, I mean, our CEO, Mr. Arvinda, sure he did have mentioned ember previously for you, I believe. And here another specimen. Those are the shark teeth. And also, as I mentioned, now replicas, you didn't have to get the bones or the actual fossil of a specimen to display them or to commercialize the specimen, but you can also create a replica. You can make your replica very small, like this one. Here we have an example, a smaller replica where you can display it. Let me just go to the second one. Here another clear replica of dinosaur. You can also display it for educational purposes. Here another, this is a replica as well. This is not a fossil, it's a replica, smaller scale. Now also you can do these replicas using not bones, not anything stronger, but like you can use also plastic. And you can use these replicas actually to conduct workshops to help students to learn more about every single bone of every single species and to learn how to put them all together to create that skeleton. As you can see here, there is many ideas on how you can like take these bones or fossils or replicas to develop an educative type of commerce, research type of commerce, or even like selling jewelries as souvenirs. Now here I'm gonna show you another. So here, as I mentioned, you can use these replicas to teach commercialization type of aspect. For example, creating a workshop in which you are going to dedicate this workshop to teach children how each bone of Rex is, where each bone goes to, what is the name of each bone, and to give much more details. This is very interesting of workshops that you can create as a business type of thing. Now also you can use other type of ideas. For example, this is not a true excavation, but also it is actually an excavation that you can do with children for educational purposes, to teach them what is excavation, who can do the excavation, and how we can do the excavation. Also, when you are teaching them, they are going to enjoy what they are doing, and they are going to go with the gift, which is by the end having this beautiful like a dinosaur here to take home. So this is many type of ideas that you can use to create a business based on fossils and paleontology. Now, what we have to do is talk about your homework, which is the PPT presentation that I want you all to prepare. Now, I want you to take like a picture of this screen here, so you will not forget any of the rules I mentioned right now, because I'm gonna give you a score based on this rule here, okay? Because next week we are going to have a kind of exam in which I'm gonna give you scores, and this score is gonna be also taking considerations for you to give you your certificate. So you guys, I want you to prepare a presentation in which you present for us a creative idea of a business based on the fossils, okay? And this PPT must be only 5 minutes. 5 minutes. If you go more than 5 minutes, I'm gonna stop you. You have to present your PPT in 5 minutes, okay? Now, somebody is shaking. Well, this is actually, this type of homework will help you to improve your creativity and your communication skills, and also how to manage your timing, which is very important when you go to international colleges and international universities. Now, the first slide must be dedicated to title, where you can also put the title of your PPT presentation. You get to name it, then you put your name on it, and also you put the logo of our institution. Do not forget about it, okay? Now, the second slide must be outlines slide only. In the outline slide, as I have showed you here in my PPT, I showed you an outline slide where I show you what I'm gonna talk about today. So you do the same. Now, the other slides in the PPT, if you added any picture, please remember to add the source. Remember, when I show you pictures, I show you that these picture or these like fossil have the credits goes to National Geography. I show you the links from where I bring these pictures, from where I bring these details. If you show any picture, please mention the source. Where did you get that picture in the PPT? And now, by the end of your presentation, please add another slide where you add the references if you use any. And then you can add a slide where you said, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. So that's thanks slide gonna be by the end. With that being said, I believe everything is clear. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. If there is any question, please go ahead, ask me. I'm here to answer.
Yeah. And dear students, we are going to wind up the today's sessions, and I want to pass our gratitude and the special appreciations to our academic counselor, Madam Engineer Majda Aouititen, to providing some outstanding, very informative lecture in this week as well as in upcoming week. And thank you very much for the creating such a impressive online platform which have ability to providing such a sustainable knowledge. And wishing you very all the best, Joda. And also, like, we hopeful to see you in the next week. And dear students, make sure to remember, so you have to do your best for the presentation, because of Madam will be thoroughly monitoring each every points and what you are going to do. It doesn't matter if you are doing such a mistake while you are just speaking, and as I already said, if you are unable to sharing the presentation after you creating Microsoft PowerPoint presentation, make sure to sharing into our HR email, and as per part of it, we can just share in those things from our side. Yes, students, and thank you very much for everyone, and good night, good morning, and see you at the
Sweet
next week.
dreams. Here a heart for you guys.